This card is so gorgeous and so wow, but oh my goodness, is it simple? I've got so many tips to share. Hi everyone, welcome to sunnydaystamping.com. I'm Julie Baca. I've got some really helpful card making tips to share with you while we make this fun fold. This fun fold is so easy. I'm so excited to show you how to do it. All of the measurements for this project are on my blog, and I've got that linked in the description of this video. Over there you can see all the photos of the cards, the measurements, and the list of supplies are there also. You can make this card with your own stamps, ink, and pretty paper that you have, but if you want yours to look like mine, you can purchase the supplies from there if you like. All right, let's get started. So we're gonna start by getting our stamping done because it's gonna be super quick. You need a piece for the inside of your card and then a piece for the sentiment. You can use any stamp set that you want, but I'm gonna be using the Label Me Grateful. I love that there are words for the front of the card and then also kind of bigger chunks of words for the inside. To keep the supplies kind of at a minimum, I just am using one stamp pad for all my example cards, except for one. I used black, but you probably have black. So we're just going to use Early Espresso and just put this right in the center of this inside of the card. But for your sentiment strip, you want to stamp off to the right because we're going to be putting a ribbon right here. That is a little crooked. That's going to bug me. I'm going to try again. There, that's so much better. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the ribbon to this because it needs to go on before we attach it to the card, because I've got this great tip. I really struggle with tying bows, and so it's really helpful to me if I have something to tie it to. So just grab a little scrap piece, just cut yourself a little piece, wrap it around your card and tape it on the back. Just with a little bit of tape, hold that in place. Then when you go to tie the rest of the bow, and I'm using the Basic Beige Classic ribbon here. I know I'm gonna get comments on how I did this. I've got a video on how to tidy up your ribbons like that. It's just a really quick hack. Anyway, slide your ribbon underneath and go ahead and tie your bow. It's gonna be so much easier because you got something to tie it to. Just like that, even I can do it, and I am a dork when it comes to tying bows. It makes it so much easier. Then just go ahead and snip it off, add an angle. Go ahead and tie, you can tidy up the bow, so just kind of shape it so it looks so good. And then we'll just set these pieces aside. Now for the front of your card, you're gonna need to pick your favorite piece of designer series paper. This can be any paper. I'm using the beautiful gallery because I love the scenes in this paper. Look at all these designs. I made so many example cards because I couldn't decide which one to use. But today's card, we're going to use this one because this is my favorite from this whole pack. Now for the front of our card, we only need a piece that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Oh, I emailed out this project sheet this morning. You can also get the measurements on my blog, sunnydaystamping.com. If you're not on my email list, if you join within this first week of this video, it'll be the freebie in my welcome email. So it's gonna be hard to figure out which 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 piece that of this you want. So I showed this hack in another video of mine. I make a little acetate sheet, a little window sheet, so that I can kind of move this around to help me better cut the first time, because you're usually going to use your favorite piece and you don't want to mess it up. Then once you decide where you want it, you're going to put it in your paper trimmer. Line your paper trimmer up with that black line of the window sheet, and then move it out of the way and then slice. You can save this piece for your envelope if you want. Then go ahead and put it back. Well, actually now you don't have to put it back in because you know it's going to be 3 1/4. So you're going to flip it around and slice this way. Then use this again to kind of measure that up. And I know I just need to take a little bit off the top. Move your cutting blade out of the way, peek right through. If you look, peek right through that cutting trough there, and you'll see the black mark on your little mask here. And I'm going to show you right now how to make one of these. There, that is just what I wanted. And I did it the first time without messing up my favorite piece of paper. So to make one of these, you just need to buy a piece of window sheet, or do what I do, and your new stamp sets they come with a really thin piece of clear, but on the back, this is thick. So save those, because you can use them for all kinds of things, and you can use it for making yourself a mask. You can make them in all different sizes, but take your piece and cut it down to the measurements that you need. And this paper trimmer just cuts right through it. It's so great. Now this is very, very invisible. So I took a permanent marker, and if you just kind of angle your marker and just pull it down the side there, you can see you get a nice straight line. And this is gonna, whoops, unless you mess up like I did, just give yourself all 4 sides of this so that it's very apparent when you go to put it on your piece where the edges are. And then I like to write the measurement on here so that I can use it again some other time. So that literally took us less than a minute, and you'll be able to use this over and over for all kinds of projects. So now you're gonna go ahead and layer that designer series paper. Oh, look how pretty this side is. Oh, wouldn't that be pretty too? That's the one thing about this designer series paper. Every side of it is something I love. Just put that right in the center. The measurement for this is on that project sheet or on my website, on the blog. So we'll put that aside. Now let's make the card base. The measurements for this on the project sheet are very self-explanatory, but I'm gonna show you because this is so simple. I don't want you to like overthink it at all. We're gonna just cut our cardstock in half, rotate it, and score it just like you would for any kind of card base, so at 4 1/4. But then you're gonna slide this down and cut it at, hold on, let me check. Cut it at 1 1/4 and just slice that off. That is gonna make the front of the card shorter. But we also need this piece, and you're gonna need to score that at 3 1/2. Now we're gonna fold on these score lines, and if you're using dark paper, make sure to protect your cardstock before you run your bone folder on it. That's gonna keep it from getting that shiny mark that it gets, and you really wanna burnish that well. And we'll probably have to do it again after this next step. And go ahead and fold your little strip there too. So this next step is optional, but it looks super cool, but it's just based on the supplies that you have. We are gonna emboss with an embossing folder the front of this card. I'm gonna be using the Damask Designs, and you just wanna line up the design of the embossing folder with that score line, and then run it through your embossing machine. Now look at this texture. It is just gorgeous, so classy and awesome. It goes so well with this paper. So now we need to score that again, which maybe you don't need to score it the first time, but you do want to be careful so you don't depress that embossing too much. So I'm just gonna go right on the edge there. There we go. Now, the important part for this card is do not put the inside of the card in there first. We need to attach this little label. So you're gonna put, or this little tab, put glue there, and then put it on the inside of your card, lining up the score line of the tab with the edge of the card. And you can kind of decide where you want it, like, I want that to be a little taller. You might even want to put your image on the front to see what it's gonna be covering up. Okay, now that looks really good. So then I'm gonna just make sure it's nice and straight. I'm gonna close it and make sure it's not crooked, because you know, I just do things crooked sometimes, and then press it into place. Now we can add this inside of the card here right over this ugly part. We can't even see it. but it looks amazing like this. Now this Label Me Grateful set, it does come as a bundle with some dies, and the templates for September, all the example cards use that Label Me Grateful. They turned out so awesome. I can't wait to show you. So now we're going to close this, and we're going to glue our sentiment right on the front. I mean, that looks gorgeous just like that, but then you add that beautiful designer series paper and it is like a super wow card. Just glue that right on the front and then add your gorgeousness. Now, do not put glue all over here, because if you put that on there, you're not gonna be able to open your card. So make sure you only put glue here to glue onto this panel. Just put it right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. I'm gonna use my bone folder to just gently kind of smooth that over, because that is embossed, it may not stick as well. So just kind of rub that. And I can see that I need just a little more glue. Like I totally missed that area. So it's kind of sticking up. So you can just kind of shoot some glue back down in there and then use your bone folder to smear that glue around on the inside so that this stays together really nicely. There, that's so good. And look at that. Isn't that so beautiful? Kind of move your move your bow out of the way so you can see the words. And then for just a little extra specialness, we're going to add some of these metallic gems. They're self-adhesive, so that is always so nice. And we're going to put one, I never know where to put these. Put one there. I do think, oh wait, we got to get the same colors here. Do the biggest one with the tiny one. Those look so good together. And then we'll put a little tiny one over here. Look how gorgeous that is. And the inside, it's simple, but so gorgeous. All right, let me show you all of these examples using that same designer series paper, same ribbon. I did change up the colors of cardstock to go with the colors in the scene of the designer series paper, but some of these are just, I mean, they turn out gorgeous, and look how easy that was. I did use the same embossing folder for all of these. I think these make great masculine cards. This one, I think if you paired it with a stamp set that was a sympathy card, these would be so great. And here's one more. I love this one because it just looks like a sunset, and then you open it up and you can see the rest of the scene. And then if you want, make sure to use the designer series paper. The other side of these designer series paper are so pretty too. And so you can use the scraps to make yourself a coordinating envelope. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Man, it sure does help me out. If you're not subscribed, you can hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified. I put out a new card making video every Friday, so you won't miss out on anything. Thank you so much for watching. Have a sunny day.